My name is Caitlin, and both my parents passed away when I was 17. My dad passed away in November of 2010. My mom passed away in July of 2011. Well, my parents always taught me to believe in myself. They were always very encouraging. I was in marching band in high school, and they always came to every game. They were very excited. They also were very excited that I went into teaching. They thought it was just the perfect profession for me. In November of 2010, my dad's funeral, it was rough. It was really hard to see my mom go through something like that. But we had a lot of support from our family and friends. They called every single day. They were just there if we ever needed help or just somebody to talk to. We also had support from our friends, and I had support from my boyfriend and his family, and also from the Velocity family. July of 2011, my mom's funeral, it was a very hard day. I had to do everything on my own. I knew that my family was there too. They were very supportive. They always made sure that I was okay, that I had everything that I needed. Currently, I'm in my third year of college. I'm at Baldwin Wallace University. I'm going into teaching because I know that that's what my parents wanted me to do. It's what I want to do as well.
Hi, my name is Mike, and I lost my grandma in the fall of 2005. I lost my mom when I was about 4.5, and my grandma took it upon herself to raise me and my sister. I always remember this one story when I believe I was 8, and we were in the car driving, and I go to my grandma, like, Grandma, like, is God real? And my grandma was like, Mike, stick your hand out the window, and I want you to feel around outside, just like feel the wind against your skin. And so I did that, and I felt it. It was really strong, and I was like, the wind was blowing it back, and my grandma was like, whenever you feel alone, whenever you feel like God isn't real, I want you to go outside and just feel the wind on your skin and know that God is always there, even when you least expect it. And that kind of really just stuck with me all my life. The day of the funeral was really hard. I mean, all of our family was there, and to lose my grandma, it was just such a huge part of our family. I mean, just being there, we could just feel the differentness in all of us and in the air, that grandma's not here. And she was such a big personality, such a big person, that to lose someone like that, it's just like, where do we go from there? And so I was standing there, I was thinking about all these things. I'm like, God, like, how could you take away such a great person from me and from our family, and questioning, like, in some way that, like, is God real in all this? And like, why would you do this to us? And so, it was a really still day. I mean, it was just a real quiet day. And all of a sudden, this huge gust of wind came. And it looked like all of us, I was looking around and everyone was like, what's going on here? And I almost like got knocked to my feet from this wind, and I'm like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, I just started thinking about the things that my grandma said, and I just lost it, and thinking about that story that she taught me, and I just never felt so close to God. I mean, I feel close to Him now, but that moment is one of those moments that just kind of last in your memory. And that like God showed up in the one time that I really needed Him, and He almost blew me off my feet. And so thinking back to that, it was just one of the most amazing moments in my life. And I just know that was my grandma and God looking down on me and telling me everything's gonna be okay.
Hey, my name is David, and I lost my grandfather this past Monday. So I have a lot of great stories about my grandfather. Actually, my dad died when I was in third grade, so my brothers and I spent a lot of time at my grandma and grandpa's house. And I used to love whenever we would wake up and go out to breakfast, my grandfather would always say, now what's this coming out here? And he said that basically every single morning. And so it's kind of funny because now that I have kids, I end up saying that to my kids. When they walk down the stairs, I say, what's this coming down here? Who do you think you are? And along with that, my grandfather, he loved to tell stories. He told stories all the time, but he always loved to just say them a little bit wrong. And when he did, he would look at my brothers and I and get this little gleam in his eye, like he knew what he was doing. And then my grandma would say, "Now, Mel, now you know." And then we'd all just kind of laugh about it. And I think I kind of learned my amazing sense of humor, from my grandfather and his, just the way he did that. I was actually just meeting with a few guys the other night, and we read the scripture. It says, "Let us then approach the throne of grace with confidence, so we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need." And that really means a lot to me right now, because I'm just bringing God, this is where I am, God. I feel all these crazy things, and I just want to be honest, like, this is where I am. And that's really helpful for me, that I can, serve a God that, is glad for me just to be here right now and just be like this. And it's meaningful to me.